All Things Love and Marriage podcast.
20 plus years later.
23 for us.
20 on Saturday.
20 on Saturday.
Yes.
Wait.
Aw.
Anniversary.
Our first one.
The first anniversary.
first anniversary.
Okay. So
Real
for those who don't know, you guys got married twice. Tell the story.
So we got engaged very quickly. We met December 10th. I didn't want to let this one go, so I locked her down quick. And
Like how many?
December 21st. Y'all were engaged.
No.
Y'all met December 10th.
February,
December 21st.
Basically.
February, we got engaged, and then we got married April 18th.
Okay, so
But we
in
had-
February, I said, bro, you're nuts. Chill out.
Yeah.
I think everybody.
You've only
said
known
that.
this girl 3 months.
But your
and you're
dad
nuts.
told me. Your dad told me when I told him.
He sure did.
He said, Brother Tony, he said, I'm just gonna say, I just had a feeling that whenever you found the right one,
I got this
that it would go
feeling.
good for you very quickly.
Yep.
And I said, well, praise God.
Praise the Lord.
Confirmation.
So met December, engaged February,
Yep.
married April.
Married April. We had planned on.
Wait. Would you be okay if any of your kids did that?
It's different life right now.
No. That's
If
not
they
that-
were
If
up
they were
in
27 years old like I
yeah,
was.
Tony was
Okay.
27. I was 22 at the time, so we were a little. I was 23 by the time we got married the second time.
Yeah. Life a little different.
Yes,
So-
yes.
He
we-
had his own house. He was a
Yes.
grown up.
I
Yeah, he was a
understand that. He
branch
was a
manager at the
grown-up.
time.
You were not.
I was not a grown up.
But we had already set the date for May 27th. And, her mom was.
Oh, I was
doing
about
all
to say,
the
there's a big
planning.
marriage, big
Yeah,
wedding.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
wedding, all that stuff. But we just want to be married. And so we said,
Let's do this.
listen, we were at her sister's house, and I made a joke about marrying her before she turned 22 or 23.
23.
Her getting married when she was 22. And she's like, no, I'm with you when you're 23. And so I took that as a challenge. And I was like, hey, let's just get married before that. But that's a true story. But
Yeah.
that's not really why. We just want to be married.
Yeah.
We had already made it up in our hearts. We're like, we had committed. I
Yeah.
loved her. I was
Did
in
you
love.
do you want to talk about why you wanted just to go ahead and get married?
No,
I mean,
no,
yeah,
no.
the benefits of marriage.
No, I'm a
No.
I
podcast.
mean, that's there's
God loves that.
there's many benefits of
Well
marriage.
done.
But
Well done for
and
following
crazy
biblical
story,
principles.
it wasn't like we knew each other at all. We
No.
literally,
That is what's so that is
blind date.
crazy.
yep.
oh yeah. It wasn't like we were friends or anything. Blind date.
Yeah, and again, as we're talking about love and marriage, like this is terrible, like wisdom for those of you dating. This is
Lord,
not
that's right.
this is not a dating
Cut
dating
that out.
podcast,
Let's
but
not talk about that.
love and marriage. What I would say is, I think what you have found through the years is whether you dated for 3 months or years off and on, like Maddie and I did. It's still once you get to that level of that marriage commitment moment.
Yeah.
There's ups and downs, and you've just got to make it up in your mind that I am fully committed to this relationship, this person, this scenario, whatever it is. I am fully committed here, and again, couple months, couple years, it didn't matter. It's still to get to this place to where we are right now. It took a lot of moments of pressing through to make sure that you're still sitting here on the couch.
Yeah.
Commitment was the key. I mean,
Let's talk commitment.
listen, she could have been
I
crazy.
was the host.
Host it, baby. Let's talk commitment.
That's not in my notes.
Like I said,
Hold on,
just-
wait. Let me
just-
see.
Go to flow.
Faith, faith. What would we tell our
So
kids?
I'm gonna
We messed
say,
up.
it was 5 months, 6 months, whatever it was. On our honeymoon, I remember just crying. We were in the middle of the ocean. We were
I remember this.
we were
I
on a
remember you telling the
cruise.
story.
Got her locked down and trapped in the ocean.
Trapped in the
Trapped.
ocean, and we're like,
Nowhere
oh
to go.
my gosh,
What did I do?
Yes, what did I just do? But coming back after that, you're still learning each other, even if you're dating years.
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
you move in together. You're building your relationship. For us, it was very much very quick. So learning how to live with each other, and him being older, and I remember thinking to myself, he's just parenting me right now. Like he is.
And Tony does have that.
Yes.
Tony does have that little bit of, like, he's so wise. and such a peacekeeper, and so sometimes his wisdom comes off as parenting advice.
Yes.
And you're like, that's so good, but I feel like you're my dad right now.
know. And I have literally told him that. I'm like, I feel like you're parenting me right now, and I don't like it. But let me give you, this is not really commitment part of it. This is more of the wisdom side of it. Tony, like you said, Tony is very wise, and to keep the peace, sometimes he would just kind of let me go rather than knowing, hey, this is a bad decision that you're about to make, but wanting to keep the peace rather than, hey, I'm going to be the husband in this relationship and making.
Sometimes you learn from experience, and like sometimes, like no matter how many
Again,
times
going back
I
to
will
parenting.
say, no matter you're about to buy a lemon, she wanted a car one time that I was like, this ain't a good idea, but she wanted it so badly, and I was like, all right, let's go for it. And then
It was a very bad decision. But knowing he should have stood up and said something, but didn't.
Is there anything like major that you think back now after 20 years and after allowing some things to like be done, even though you know you shouldn't have, just to keep the peace? Is there anything that you're like, crud, we should not
totally
have done
have
that?
some of those.
And
Yeah,
I would love
car.
to hear yours in just a second.
that car for
I would
sure.
love-
Like
I have
she
so
had
many
her
of
heart set on this
those.
car, and it was not a good idea.
Was it the Lincoln?
No,
The
was
van,
great.
right?
It was
Yes,
it was the minivan.
it was the minivan.
It was the minivan.
I don't remember y'all had one.
White Town and Country.
Oh, it was so bad.
The Dodge, right?
Yes.
You don't ever buy a Dodge minivan.
Listen, I know.
Sorry, Dodge.
Nobody told me this beforehand. I go to buy a part,
Truck?
and one of the
Sure.
many times it was broken, and the guy at the Advanced Auto said, "Yeah, I give more parts for these cars than any other car."
Crazy.
Your mom had one and it did the same thing.
Yeah, but like I knew going into it, I was like, this is not a good idea.
yeah, the
But she had her
minivan.
heart set on it, and I wasn't talking her out of it. She was.
Now, Kimberly had her heart set on one of
lot
the
of things.
big
She
15 passenger
wanted the
buses
Nissan.
One of
to
the
fill
Nissan
with the kids.
NVs.
Yeah.
Envy, yeah.
But then
wanted
she,
kids
That was
a
after
lot.
the minivan.
so y'all are the best, worst foster parents ever.
Yes.
You fostered 2 kids, adopted them both.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Don't give them back.
you're not,
They're yours.
you're not giving them
Won't
back.
give nobody back.
But that concept of at first, like, I want to foster kids. I want to fill this many. Not even that's. It was like, again, what are those called? The big 15 passenger
The Envies.
Yeah, the
NVs. Yeah.
yeah.
And she wanted one of those to fill up with kids.
Oh yeah. She wanted 10 kids.
And you were like, okay, cool, or you were like,
No,
foot
no, no.
down.
No, that was
That was a
after.
6-month process of, please, let's do this. I really feel like we're doing this. Like, I have prayed about it. I know. I really feel like this is where we need to do it. Tony's like, no, because I won't want to give them back. I do not want to do it. I fall in love. And God just knew exactly how to work it out because he did fall in love and we didn't give him
Yeah.
back.
So for me,
So-
like, if I would have, as soon as she got this notion of I want to be a foster parent, if I just would have said, okay, cool, let's do it, life would be completely different right now because we would have gotten different kids and whatever. So I truly believe that God
No doubt.
set my heart the way my heart was set and then released it at just the right time. Because I heard somebody say, I think it was Jensen Franklin one time, that, just talking about everybody having a purpose and God being intentional about it. And he said that, God had a plan for every person who's been born on this earth. And sometimes he will bring you through certain parents to get you specifically as a person, even though his plan is to have you raised by somebody else. And
Man, that's good.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so and I've said that to my boys is God needed you in your specific makeup, your specific DNA. He just had to get that from somebody else.
So, okay, again, love and marriage, there's so many things to talk through. We were talking with a couple the other day about adoption. And one of the, a recent, like, I don't know, video I was watching or something, this guy was like, if you knew, Caleb sitting in there recording this for us, he said, if you knew it would cost you $40,000 for some sort of medical procedure for Caleb when he was born, wouldn't you pay that $40,000? And the guy was like, of course.
Yeah.
I was like, well, of course you pay $40,000 for an adoption because that's your kid.
Yeah.
It's your kid that you're paying for to get them to the healthy place. And you're like, man, I don't think we think of adoption that way. And it is expensive. And it is, you guys went through a different process. Everybody goes, Clint here on staff went through international adoptions. There's also, we talk about Pastor Brad and Miss Kathy went through, I forget what that's called, like in at hospital adoption or whatever it is. But like all these different types, and it's expensive, but it's so incredibly worth it. Again, you spent a lot of your life working in this area and fighting for the cause of abortion and not taking your child's life and having this child, and then you're able to on this side say, yes, it's expensive, but it's so worth it to adopt a child.
Yeah, I think adoption, once you've been through it, takes on a different context than what you think it will. And even so much so that it blends into the background. And they're my boys. And in my heart and in my mind, there's zero difference.
Have to be reminded sometimes that they're adopted, right?
Yeah, I forget about it. And so beforehand, you think, people define kids in other people's families as adopted.
Yeah.
If you're doing it right, with the right heart, you don't define them as adopted in your home because they're not. They're your kids. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Anna gets mad and says, "You love him more than you love me." And you're like,
she has said that many times.
And it shows.
Every one of those kids say that
right.
about the other one,
It shows your love for everybody in your house equally.
Yeah, for sure. And that's a thing that you don't understand until you're in that moment.
So life, again, let's go back to commitment, because I think this is, Maddie's got 7 pages of notes that we're not going to get through. This is going to be
if you would have let me do this, we could have. But you want to take it over.
Question
Speaking of, what used to bother you early on in y'all's marriage that doesn't now? Anything?
I would go back to the parenting part of it.
Yeah.
Now I know that he is it's the wisdom that is coming from him, and he hears from the Lord. I know that he hears from the Lord, and we're on the same team. It's not him against me or me against him. We're on the same team, and we're working towards the general goal. So it's not you're trying to get your way. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think early on I felt like, well, I can't believe you're not going with what I want to do. But now it is, hey, we're working towards a general goal, and I don't feel like you're parenting me now. I feel like we're doing this together.
Yeah, that's good, because I still feel like that sometimes. No, he's incredible, but there has been issues like that where I'm like, you're not my dad.
Yeah,
stop talking to me like I'm one of the kids. But it is that it's just it is wisdom.
Yeah,
that I act like a child and don't want to hear, there are still some moments like that, but I know deep down, like, no, it's honestly what's best, and and
it's hard because from the other perspective is you're seeing somebody run toward the cliff, and it's not good,
right?
And so how strongly do you advise them, this is not good, this is not heading the right direction, and so once you reach that point where she trusts that, okay, I may need to listen here, and vice versa. Where I know she hears from God, and if she says something, and it's where you truly come to a good place in a marriage where, okay, we need to sit down and talk.
Well, that's like what Pastor was saying about commitment, like bringing it back to that commitment, to that you are each other's ones. You know what I mean? That the Lord has brought us together, and that
you wouldn't know it from our positions on the couch.
We're 3 separated, like we're 3 together, like a cord,
3-string cord.
You see that? Zoom in.
Is that a gang sign?
No. I remember Tony talking about one time on a podcast where y'all were talking about a business decision that I made, but in reality we made it together. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, it wasn't him pointing the finger to me because it failed. We made the decision together. We're in this together. It failed, but we failed together. It wasn't against you or against me. We were together, united. So, I tell I tell people all the time, listen, your kids are on a team by themselves. We're the team together, and we're going to fight together, and we're going to make it, because sometimes I feel like whenever you're raising kids, it's hard, and it's like they're just fighting against the world, and it's okay, babe. We got each other. We can do this.
Yeah.
So, what you got on commitment, Pastor?
I'm just gonna sit over here
No, you
and not take over
Answer.
and talk too much.
Oh,
So I will speak when asked.
She just
what's,
asked.
what's one of those decisions that that you had to make that Maddie didn't like that you had to make?
all of them.
I have found that my wife is has
Lovely.
no concept of money whatsoever. So all of our struggles have been with her unwillingness to live inside of some sort of budget, or hey, you can't just do that, whatever that is. So yeah,
I think
What's the best way to approach me with that? Like, what would you give some advice to somebody that
hide
has
the money.
a wife or a husband that's like that?
Offshore bank accounts. I hear Bermuda has some great ones. Bahama has some great ones. Hide your money. So no, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say no. Speak
I'm
true.
just kidding. I would
Because
say,
I am difficult, and I want to. I think it goes back to. I think I watched something one time. Maybe it was like a MasterCard commercial. You know what I mean? Where they're like, "This costs this much. This costs this much, but this is worth." What is it?
priceless.
This is priceless.
Yeah.
All these are all just memories I'm trying to make priceless.
I think for me, because we've ran into the same situation a lot of times, is
I rubbed off on
instead of
Yes, you did.
instead of
Yes, you did.
no, either a okay, let's see, or not yet situation where okay, if you want this thing, let's be patient and wait for the right opportunity instead of just jumping at the first opportunity.
I think that goes back to learning your spouse well, though, and knowing how to, over the years, you've learned how to walk through those situations. I feel like that's kind of how, because I am very much of a jumper. Like I'm okay. Whenever I have a thought, I'm jumping all in. I'm ready to go. And Tony's like, whoa, let's talk about this. And I feel like that over the years, he's kind of learned how to, okay, you want to get that. That's okay. Let's walk through these steps. Of you're just learning each other and working together. We're a team.
Yeah.
And with spending money, I'm very slow.
Yes, me too.
With spending money, she's very fast.
Yeah, like if somebody talks about let's go on a trip, I got it planned in 20 minutes.
Me too. If somebody says, "Hey, you want to go?" Absolutely.
let's
Let me figure
figure it
out let me figure out how to get.
Her favorite
like,
trip that we ever
Oh, you want a
took,
new car? Okay, I'll find
was-
one for you.
anniversary, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, where I just came to work, or I told her I was going to be at work, and she had no clue we were going anywhere, and took her to Canada, and just got on a plane and left. And for her, the day before, she didn't know anything about it, and yeah, that was
Best
her
trip ever.
favorite trip.
Was
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Out of all your trips in your marriage, that was your
Yeah.
favorite?
I mean, it was like it was a
loves
surprise. I
spontaneous.
love spontaneous. Let's just do it.
Lovely.
Yes.
What was your favorite marriage trip?
Hawaii.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
such a good one. I'm ringing.
yeah.
All right. What's next on your list, Maddie?
Myrtle Beach Jeep is calling me. What do they want? We don't have a Jeep.
You want to buy one?
They heard me talking about, your phone's listening. They heard me say, oh, you want a new car? I'll find one for you. They said, I got one. Yeah.
Riveting.
Stupid phones.
Uh,
Okay. You got something you want to throw out there?
Nope.
I want you to throw something
I
out
am
there.
here with you, Meg. You're running this.
Okay. Good. These are some things we could talk about since, for all those newlier wed,
Okay.
maybe not newlyweds, but less wedded than us, or even more wedded than us. This segment's called Agree or Disagree.
okay.
Okay?
This is like a trivia thing.
I don't know.
Okay.
Do you agree or disagree that you should never go to bed angry?
I mean, yeah, I think
I mean, Scripture says that.
Yeah.
So yes, I agree.
Right? Biblical.
I agree with the Bible.
What does it say in the Bible exactly? Do you know? So that we can.
The sun go down on your anger.
Yeah.
Do you know what book that's from?
I'm gonna say James.
Oh, is it New Testament?
I think it's New Testament.
I was thinking New Testament.
Maybe.
Look it
We'll
up.
find out
Let's
real
see.
quick.
Listen, this is biblical principles we need to talk about.
What's the next one while he's looking it up?
Don't let the sun go down in your anger.
Do you agree or disagree that marriage gets?
Ephesians 4.
Ooh,
Okay.
Ephesians 4. It's
New
still New Testament.
Yeah.
New Testament, yeah.
You did good, honey. You got the New Testament right.
Thanks.
You got the
Biggest
Do you
cheerleader. There
agree
you
or
go.
disagree that marriage gets easier?
Shut up! Stop talking. Good job, honey. You talk too much.
I didn't say that.
Taking over the podcast.
I did say that. I apologize. I didn't mean to come across as being.
That's okay. Run it, girl. I'm with you. I am your cheerleader. Whatever you want.
Listen, I was just,
Agree or disagree? I agree.
yeah.
I agree.
You
it gets
agree it
easier.
gets easier?
I agree. It gets easier.
It gets easier and harder.
Okay, I'll
Okay,
agree
how?
with that too.
What gets easier and what gets harder? Elaborate.
Stuff that you used to fight about, you don't fight about anymore.
Yeah.
But there's no things to fight about.
There are always new things to fight about.
So that means you don't go to bed angry because you got to keep figuring it out.
I think the stuff that makes it harder is that new seasons that nobody talks about.
Mhm.
I think people talk about parenting. I think people talk about, raising the terrible twos and toddlers and all these sorts of things. I think people give parenting advice for all of these seasons. I don't think I've ever read or seen or figured out how to handle the current season that we're in. I think people say, "Oh, it's tough, man. You'll get through it. Just keep trucking along." And I don't think anybody's ever, given me wisdom on how to walk through this current season that we're in.
What current season
Yeah,
are
what-
you in?
Kids leaving the house, growing up,
Yeah.
some of the stuff she was talking about this morning in her 1-minute devotional, relearning some stuff about like home life, about, Cammie can plan on Friday night to go out with her friends and never tell us, but we can't plan to go without Cammie.
Mm-hmm.
We have to tell her what, you know what I mean? So it's a weird balance of
Yeah.
we're not their number one, but they still have to be our number one. And so it's a weird balance of walking through and
or even Carson.
and you want to be their number one.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want to be that still in their life. So anyways, there's a lot of struggles that you're working through here, and then there's nights where you're just sitting around and you're like, wow, we're here alone. What do we do now?
Yeah, I fell into that last week. Where
Make out on
I
the
went to get the
couch.
boys some dinner from McDonald's, and Clark's up in a room, and
Already ate.
yeah, I don't know what you're doing. You're 19 years old. I'm assuming that you're going to leave in just a few minutes and go on a date with your boyfriend, or so. And she's
then
like,
she
"Oh,
got
I
upset.
can't believe you didn't buy me any food." Anyway, I think that it definitely gets easier when both of you are striving together. But you hear it all the time in marriages where they reach, it's getting harder and harder and harder, and get a point where it blows up. And I think that that's where you see people heading in different directions.
Agree completely. I think the moment that you stop fighting for your marriage,
Yeah.
it's going to get way harder.
And I think communication is key in that. Like, almost like teenagers and hormones, things are changing. As we get older, our hormones change as well. So it's like not relearning each other, but like, okay, I'm at the age that, perimenopause is happening. I don't know what's happening inside my body. I wish somebody would just have talked about it and let me know. But, it's almost like teenage hormones, but hormones that are going backwards for some reason now. So I may not be the same anymore in certain ways where it's just like, what's happening? And I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but you still are, communication, like talking about it with each other, still learning each other. We still have to learn each other and be committed to, like you said, put our relationship like first. I don't know where that came from.
Amen.
I'm with you, podcast host. I'm with you.
Do y'all think that opposites?
I think let's stay here just a second. Okay. I won't
I love it.
I won't take over the podcast.
No, it's good.
Let me help.
You can.
Let me-
You are the
Listen,
pastor.
people are
It's
going to
all
love this
you.
because she runs the podcast like she runs the announcements, and people love it.
I tell her all the time she's clickbait on these podcasts. But I think that
Oh, click.
I think that inside of our life, where we are currently at,
Mhm.
Maddie's hormones are changing. We talked about it today a little bit at lunch, where there were seasons in our life where we were probably busier at times, but you didn't really realize it in the moment. And now you're busy, and it's wild that Sparks Toyota is calling me right now.
They want us to buy a
How
car.
crazy.
They heard
They
it.
do hear it.
I'm telling you.
Anyways,
Why would Jeep and Sparks?
anyway,
I
so
need, I might need to start.
so
looking.
we're in a situation where I am getting up uber early and coming to the church and working. I used to wait until my kids left to go to school, but now they don't
they don't go
they
to
don't
school.
interact with me at all. If I were to wait around till 8:00, all Cammie's doing is walking out and saying bye, Dad. You know, where used to it was I'm helping them pack their lunch, or I'm helping them, get some, their books together, or taking them to school, or whatever it was. Now there's no reason to stay around in the morning. It's just like, okay, well, let's go to work. Let's go crush the day, get it started. And honestly, for me, y'all know, like, once people get here, my life is busy with answering all the questions and all the meetings. So that first hour that I'm here, where it's just me, it is so nice here at the church. And so there's a lot of things that have changed through the years for us at the house, to where, her hormones are changing, our lifestyle changes to where you're busy and you're doing XYZ and you got a lot of stuff going on, to where used to our busy life was running to games or practices or shows or whatever they were in at that time. And now life has changed to where, if you're not careful, here would be the caution flag that I would wave to people. If Maddie and I didn't work together, if you're not careful, you take the energy that you used to give to your kids in school or their sports programs or whatever, and then you invest it in your job or in some sort of extracurricular activity, and you leave each other out of it. And then you find what used to be energy invested in your family is same energy invested, now just in different things that are separate from each other, which I think is why you have a lot of that growing apart as you get older.
Yeah, 100%. Just thinking through that recently, like, my boys are getting to the age where either they're going to continue in high school sports and stuff like that, or it's going to fizzle out. And like there's going to be a moment where I go to Eli's last baseball game.
Terrible.
Oh my gosh, Carson's last.
Then, especially when you don't
soccer
even
game?
know that it's the last one, you look back
Absolutely.
a season later and you're like, well, there went that. So,
Thankfully, we knew Caleb's last football game because he only played one season and hated it.
there you go.
We knew Caleb's last baseball game because he only played 2 seasons and hated both of those. And thankfully, we knew Caleb's last soccer game because we thought he was over, and then they had a special, like, almost like a summer league or something
Yeah.
with Coach Keith. And so he was, so we were like, okay, we know. For Carson, we knew it was over.
We didn't know for
For
Cammie.
Cammie, you didn't know.
You never knew.
She
It would have been in the
she'd
middle of
score
the
7
season.
goals and be like, I'm sick of soccer. This is terrible.
True.
This is so easy. So
Golf.
golf, you just never knew with Cammie, but
Yeah.
thankfully with the other ones we knew. It's a
Yeah.
weird season, man. It is strange. I wish more people talked about it.
Yeah.
Do you think we're growing apart?
No, I don't think we're growing apart.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Just wanted to make sure.
For us, it's been weird with the girls, Kent now married, Anna Clark, committed to a boyfriend, and yeah.
Committed?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, they've been dating a year now, so I'd say it's pretty
People say
committed.
stuff like that.
Commit. They have not been dating a year.
Had it been
They
almost-
met
almost a
in
year.
Almost a year.
June.
A year.
It's April.
So almost a year.
6 weeks.
6 weeks away. But like, even seeing that, the boys are still young, so we still gotta.
Yeah.
Neither one of them drive yet, so we're still carting them around. But like seeing the way they begin to, not in a mean way, but just separate themselves from us. Man, I ain't ready for that.
Not in a mean way. You talking about the boys? Or are you talking about the girls?
I'm saying like the girls aren't separating from us because they hate us. But life, maturity, they grow.
But learning the new season of parenting an adult child is very difficult.
Totally
Are you friends or are you parent?
Yeah.
Do you want advice right now? Are you venting? Like,
well, the older girl, the
girls,
older kids,
yeah.
yes,
Am I
girls
just supposed to validate your feelings right
especially,
now?
right? Like, do you need validation or like? Do you want me to be like, yes, girl, are
I
we
don't know.
friends,
Yeah, Carson,
or
we
are
had
we
this
parents
moment.
right
We had
now?
this moment where her and mom are like besties now, and I'm like, Carson, I've been your father for 20 years. I'm going to stay your father.
yeah.
So if you've come to me and you're like, hey, change and be a bro to me now, I'm not a bro. I'm your father.
Yeah.
Carson, I'm your girl.
But Maddie's like, I'm your girl. What's up? What tea we spilling today?
Call her and
Yes.
be like, hey girl, hey bestie. I'm like,
It's so much fun though. But are you not that way with Caleb?
Caleb and I have even since he's got married have such a better relationship because in the house,
Because one, he's
there,
not in the house.
right. There were some moments towards the end of his life in the house where it was two bulls
Two
of,
men, two men
of
versus
two
men.
alpha males in the house headbutting each other a little
Right.
bit. And now that he's out on his own, we have such a great
yeah,
relationship.
I can't wait till I'm not trying to speed things up, but I look so forward to that because my boys are teenagers, and so the teenager.
I mean, last night we went to dinner or 2 nights ago to El Cerro, and the girls are sitting on that end talking, and me and Caleb's just sitting on this end, just having conversations about life and sports and church and all the things. And
I totally see how people look so forward to grandkids.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, like
but I can.
Kent being married right
Be
now.
married a little
and
longer.
The prospect is there that she could have a grandchild, get pregnant at any moment. And like,
Oh yeah, today's their anniversary.
it's a happy anniversary.
Happy
Happy anniversary,
Happy
Kent and
anniversary.
Eric.
not when you watch this, it will not be.
Yeah.
It's been a week later.
But just
maybe.
the thought process of we're morphing out and evolving out of so many things that we enjoyed. And so then you get to do it with a grandkid.
And you don't have to be the mean guy.
No.
This is the part I love with like John DeHaven. I know we're not his grandparents. He's got grandparents.
He's got great grandparents. We're just
Not like
really
great-grandparents, but,
fun,
like,
older
amazing grandparents.
Wonderful parents.
Aunts.
grandparents.
Yeah, we try our best to be a figure in his life. And so I love that I don't have to be the bad guy ever.
Yeah.
They're like, tell him to stop that. I'm like, not a chance. Not a chance I'm telling him to stop that.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, to my kids watching this, when you send the grandkids to my house, they are going to be ruined.
Nothing is off limits.
Nothing. Whatever I used to.
there are some things that are off limits.
Not for me. Like, you want to jump off that, go for it. You want to drink that, go for it. You want espresso or coffee? Sure. Whatever you want. I'm not telling you no about anything.
Yeah.
You're gonna be the best
I'm
grandparent.
gonna be the
His
best.
dad was like that.
My dad was the same.
His
My
dad
dad
was
used
like
to have
that.
like food fights with the kids in the yard. He would
take like old food out of the fridge
and instead of
literally
throwing it
put
away, he would
in a cooler.
put it in a big cooler
And
and they'd
they
have
would-
food fights with each other.
It was disgusting.
That's awesome.
But they had the best.
The best.
Oh, they had the best time.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be me as a grandparent.
Yeah, I won't
I
be
can't
doing a
wait.
food fight. I won't
Maddie will
doing
be the
that.
one, making pictures with them and coloring and all that. And I'm like, hey, rip it up and let's go outside and play.
Yeah,
That's
Kimberly.
gonna be me.
Kimberly keeps trying to figure out what we're going to be called.
Yeah.
We went through several iterations.
KK and TT?
Nemo and Nema was one.
Okay, Nemo. Who's Nemo?
He's Nemo. I'm Nemo.
We ventured away from that one.
Yeah.
Nemo, like the fish?
How about to say
Without
fish is
the
kind of messing it up.
arm?
Yeah.
Okay, so since we're talking about kids,
We got a few minutes left.
We do. So do you have any advice that you would give to your married child?
About
As far as like when they have kids?
Like what we would tell. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. Never mind. Rapid fire. Rapid fire. Here we go.
Last 4
Here we
minutes.
go.
Okay,
Rapid
here we
fire.
go.
Who apologizes first?
Me. Oh, you've never apologized, so me. Keep going.
That's
no,
a strong
I
word.
apologize first.
You think?
Yes,
You haven't
sir.
apologized some, but
Yes,
not
sir.
all.
You don't apologize a lot. 'cause you're so wonderful.
Well, we don't really argue a lot, but whenever it does, because you pout until I apologize.
That, I agree. I agree.
Y'all got his face.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Okay.
Yes.
Who holds a grudge longer?
Maddie.
I don't hold grudges, so
I don't
I
really
will
try to be
say
doing
by
that either.
default that would be you.
I don't know. You think I do? I don't think so.
You're such a baby.
I don't hold grudges. People don't know that. And
You
listen,
think me?
Yes.
I don't pout. I just, I may be in a little funk.
I don't think I hold a grudge. I just become very passive
Passive-aggressive
with people.
and very much like,
Okay,
yeah.
that's
move
fine.
on.
Move on. Who's more romantic?
Me.
How? It always can't be you.
Fight me then.
I bring nothing to the marriage, apparently.
Me, 100%.
100%.
I agree.
You're, okay, who starts arguments?
You.
Not me. No, sir. That is you still.
Maddie don't care. She's
I
like,
don't.
I don't
I'm
wanna
not
talk.
fighting. I don't care.
We don't really argue a lot, but to say that there's an argument, it's me because she ain't taking wisdom. And
Yeah.
That's true.
All right. Who's more spiritual?
You.
It is all you. Every answer was you.
listen, Kimberly's very spiritual.
We're on a different spiritual level. I think we're both spiritual,
Agreed.
but we're just on a different level right now.
I'm going to agree with that answer.
Okay, that's good.
That's a good answer, Maddie.
Okay, I need you to sum up marriage in one sentence, Pastor Tony.
Oh, me first?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. His one sentence is a run-on sentence. I'm just
Yeah,
telling
just,
you.
just keep going. No period.
One sentence.
So
One
marriage,
grammatically correct sentence.
so marriage in one sentence. The greatest union that God created on this earth, apart from Him.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so sweet.
I think that's really good,
That's
too.
good. Do you have
Can I
one?
ditto that?
No.
I'd like to ditto it as well.
No.
It's great.
I'm giving you time to think.
Oh.
Hurry.
I'm ready.
All right, you
Okay,
go next.
go.
No, I ditto Tony's.
No.
I'm sorry, that wasn't even a sentence. That was a sentence segment. There was
Semicolon, and then I'd like to add, I think to sum up marriage in one sentence is marriage trained me to be the man of God that I am today.
Mm.
Without marriage, I am not who I am.
That's good. That one's good. Ditto.
I'm a
ditto.
both of them. Those are
Combine them into one.
You could, and
Chat
in one
it.
sentence.
How do you combine
I
them
had
Okay,
into one?
combine
combine those
into
one
one.
sentence ditto us all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out.
Marriage isn't perfect, but it's worth fighting for.
Good job,
It's
Maddie.
a good tagline.
That's tagline.
Tagline.
Marriage isn't perfect. It's worth fighting
Marriage
for.
doesn't get easier, it gets deeper.
Gotta pick one.
Oh. Bye.